Gather round, hunters, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus Mod. I'm your Admiral Tarek of the battleship Devourer as we continue our campaign against the Romulan Star Empire. And last time, we made it to the Romulan Star Empire. We have snaked all the way down and have started to engage the planet of 21-9. Hopefully, we'll be able to take it. Our efforts so far have not been successful, but it's early days, so we're going to see if we can't get a little bit of a surround going on, isolate the location, and take it on completely. We do not have a friendly base nearby, so any damage that we take, any out of ammos, any running out of mines, shuttlecrafts, or marines, well, we ain't getting them back. So we're going to hopefully be able to take this planet before we've got our run home, but if not, it's going to be a long trip. Anyway, today we are being escorted by the Infiltrator and the Brigand, which apparently the Infiltrator does appear to be an ISC. Yep, it's an ISC frigate. And the Brigand is, of course, some pirates which we hired to support us way so far out on the back beyond. Let's get ourselves up to our actual combat speed of, I believe it was 16 we're capable of doing. We are able to just turn and burn in this battleship quite quick, thanks to the fact that the majority of our weapon systems do not actually cost power to use. It's a hilariously fun thing. So, if it's only a single frigate, we may not even engage with missiles. We may just walk up to him with disruptors and phasers and rip him to absolute shreds. That's my plan anyway. It does look like he's all on his lonesome. That probe's almost there. Oh, you poor, poor friend. SNE. Is that a snipe? He's got a single G-type plasma torpedo. Yeah, this is not going to last. Unfortunately for him, the force that he is facing is capable of taking on a lot more than him. So we're actually just going to maximum the speed of time, go right on into him, fire disruptors, fire phasers, and probably kill him in the first round of shooting. Like, a single G-type plasma torpedo is nothing. It's not going to be able to do anything to our ship. In fact, I'm going to slow down to ensure that it will do absolutely nothing. And now I'm going to slow down the speed of time to make sure that I turn off my defense system. Yeah, I want that plasma torpedo to slam right into the ship itself. I don't want to actually waste any power trying to shoot it down. We're just going to bounce him and his entire capability. One thing we are going to have to remember is the disruptors are on hardpoint 4, which is not normal. Normally disruptors or other normal heavy weapons would be on 2, but on 2 is the MIRVs only. So we got to remember not to use that. One thing fun about disruptors is firing them first will not actually affect any of my charge states, because disruptors do not actually save you any power for being charged. He didn't even charge it. Really? I can't be seeing that correctly. It does appear like he didn't even charge his G-type plasma torpedo. Yeah, we're at a range where we would know. If anybody would know, we would know. That was a bad plan, and I'm not sure what the plan was on his part. I will take my single tiny frigate, and I will go in front of the battleship. Surely that will win us a victory. Without a charged plasma torpedo, no less. 76 prestige and a neutralized tile, so I'm actually not going to complain about that one. In fact, I'm going to dump the convoy. We're going to jump right on the planet itself, see if we can't put a little bit more effort into it. The convoy raid followed us, so apparently we're following them. We're going to avoid the shipyard assault just for a little while. Shipyard assaults tend to be a little bit rough. Oh god! Hi! You're a dreadnought. How big of a dreadnought are you? You are a... fleet screen, please. A K-10 RF. Holy crap. Did we pick the wrong place to be? All engine power towards him. Let's get underway. Let's prep a scatter pack and a wild weasel. Let's get our fighters out because he's about to send pseudo frigates towards us. C-Rax, I need you up. Where are you? I need single missile select. And you. And not you. One to you. Phasers, prepare. Fighters, I'm going to deploy you in defensive mode. Shield reinforcement needs to go up right now. Right bloody now. Reinforce the forward shield. Electronic countermeasures to full power. Got the first one. MIRVs, engage. Prepare formula follow-up. Stand by fire control. And I'm a little bit concerned because he does have people plasma torpedoes. Oh, but we're giving him everything. And it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And oh, he did have a wild weasel. I thought he wouldn't have it in time. Full power, get behind him right bloody now. Fire phasers into his face. Drop a mine, push on through, push through, push through, push through. All powered engines. We get through on this one now or not at all. because look at how close those weapon systems are almost ready. I gotta get behind you. Keep firing, boys. Keep firing, boys. Get the missiles firing out right now. Pop, pop, pop. Come on. I don't think... Oh, it did pop just in time, too. Unfortunately, most of our weapon system... Oh, the mine's going to hit, probably? Possibly? No, we are getting penetrating hits. That shield is going down. Okay, we need to stay at a high speed. I also need to get my fighters home. There's only one group of fighters. That's kind of sad, but you know what? Worthy cause. I'm going to call worthy cause on that one, and we're going to keep running. I need more speed, I need more power, and here's the convoy. Hi. Wow. Starting this close to a battleship is really terrifying. And it is a full-on battleship, like, this is a K-10. The Klingons have multiple stages of battleship, but this would be the equivalent of most BBs in many other nations. Are you out of D-type plasma? Oh, we have a friend! No, we're not. Why did you fire those D-type plasma torpedoes then? I called my fighters home, so it ain't that. He's already started to engage, or attempt to. That's one full salvo in on him. I'm gonna thicken that up with the second volley. Yeah, that's a crash stop. That's him doing another crash stop, so let's get those out. Stand by, pull away, pull away. Please tell me I still have missiles. I do not. Interesting. Okay. Focus your firepower on the freighters, I suppose, since that's what we're here for. So we also are going to do that, because I've got to get those missiles out somehow. We're down to basically a C-rack, and that's about it. He does have a pretty significant amount of phaser firepower, or plasma torpedo firepower, which he can dish out of it, which we would like to avoid, if at all possible. Well, we've got hits on through the front, and disruptors are not charging. I got to slow down if I want my heavy weapons to go. He is starting to... Oh, please don't tell me I accidentally... I did. I dumped the important weapon system on the useless freighter. Interesting. Okay, disruptors. Engage. Wasn't enough to break him, but the next follow-up from the phasers will. We are a battleship, after all. I anticipate that we should be able to destroy this. He's at a range of 20. We want to keep him there. Not necessarily specifically at 20, but we want him away from us. Otherwise, he will hurt us quite badly. How did you survive that? Okay, I suppose it was only 50 damage. There, you didn't survive that one. So first one's down. He's having mostly a bad day. Disruptors, give me a couple of shots in on the front. We got one hit, okay. That'll work for me. I will take that. I think we've managed to get a big chunk out of his power generation. I might be wrong on that, but it's not a probe. Find out. Let's discover what we're dealing with. Because we've gotten a decent number of good hits in, and he has 2 plasma torpedo launchers, or D-type plasma torpedo launchers explicitly, left. So we might be able to run rings around him. I do want to keep high speed. I want to go fast and quick and target the K-10 at every opportunity with the aft-firing disruptor just to keep his forward shield down. Oh, it's not ready because I sped up. I started asking the engines for too much power because I wanted to get close to this guy to fire massive amounts of disruptors into him. Not you, but you. 4, fire. Come on, disruptors away. Okay, we got him. We hit him with 1. That's all we need. Disruptors, please. Or that's missiles. Missiles which we have none. Those, however, are disruptors. Alright, so then another group down. How's this K-10 doing? 13. We're still going faster than him, which is an interesting situation to be in. So after we finish dealing with all these freighters, I'm just going to start sprinting and doing circles around them. Because we are out of ammo. Probably not a great idea, in retrospect, to have used the scatter pack. If that scatter pack had gone in on him, things would have been different. But the fact that we accidentally fired it into an armored freighter was a bit of a mistake that is going to cost us a little bit in terms of efficiency. Alright, shoot down that. No problem at all. Just get within range. Disruptors. I'd like to point out just how weak disruptors are. 8 disruptors fired into a single ship will not break it. It won't even break through the shields in most cases. Disruptors really are just a mediocre weapon. My opinion, anyway. Oh, not you. You. Let's keep that forward shield down. They're great for plinking like this. As long as we keep his forward shield down, we're in a nice position. And I'm perfectly happy to keep it like that. But if you actually want to kill somebody, disruptors may not be the weapon for you. Disruptors are very much skirmishing firepower, which works with the whole Klingon concept of how to fight a war, at least in this game, with the tactics that they use, where they'll dart in and out and be all clever. But if you actually just want to crunch and grind through somebody, yeah, maybe pick a different weapon that'll do more than 10 damage from 8 of them. So they did less, or they did slightly more than 1 point of damage per disruptor. We do have to get around to this last freighter, which, if he's clever, he will guard with his life, which it is, after all, the win condition for him is to just keep freighters alive. Although if he were bound under the same win conditions as we were, he would have failed. Like, he'll get a minor defeat for this, at the very least. When we take out this, then he'll get a total defeat, but... Oh, it does appear like he's offering me an opportunity to swing along. And the fact that we have basically full use of our electronic countermeasures, we're sitting at a defensive of 2. He's not doing a whole heck of a lot to us. Now, I don't want to let him all that close to me regardless. Plasma torpedoes, while they're affected to a certain extent by electronic countermeasures, they're not negated. And, yeah, they would break me quite badly. Oh, how cute. Now, is that a nuclear space mine? Because that was just probably use of a nuclear space mine. You didn't die. You didn't die at all. That's a bit of a problem. Battleships do not turn around very quickly. That's just something they do not do. So the fact that he's alive is a little bit weird. Okay, let's get ready for a follow-up. We've got only a limited amount of distance before the K-10's within range and wants to start shooting at us. We would like to avoid that range. That would be very helpful, if at all possible. He still has an open front, though, so there is that going for us. Disruptor, select. I'll take the shot down the throat if I got it. Nope, no shot. Phasers, get within a range of 5. We'll break off immediately. And now. Okay, break off immediately. Full power to engines. 4 disruptors. I do not have the shot. Pull away, pull away, pull away. We've got to remember, he has R-type plasma torpedoes. I mean, those exist. This is his current lineup of plasmas. He is perfectly content to blast a lot of firepower away if he needs to, which he probably does. So we're going to build some distance. We're going to make use of our disruptors. Actually, I'm going to slow down, let the phaser capacitor fully charge, and then we're going to drive in with our disruptors. So, phaser's almost ready. Keep firing the F disruptor. Oh, it wasn't charging. Okay, we're going to pull away, and now we're going to go in towards him, because now we have full disruptors. Our disruptors will not affect our speed because they hold at the exact same charge as they fire it. So, or that they charge at, so we are in good condition on that one. We just got to make sure that we stay away. We don't want to get too close to that ship because plasma torpedoes. And there goes his forward shield again. Excellent. So we're going to plink. Battleships plinking. To be fair, all of our heavy weapons are currently gone. Our real heavy weapons, let's be honest. The missiles are actual heavy weapons for us. Everything else, nobody cares. Let's increase to about this speed. This is what, 21, 20? And that'll give us more options. And again, we're making use of our distance. We're also making use of our defense shift. And, well, if he ever actually got close to us and grabbed onto us to fire all those plasma torpedoes, we would be in a very bad way. Luckily for us, he's not clever enough to figure that one out. Or if he is, he just doesn't have the technical capability to do it anymore. Because he just doesn't have the power. See, he reduces speed every time he turns in because he's hopeful. He's hopeful that it doesn't need to sprint for us, that we'll actually commit to a fight. But he should know better. 10 damage. Again, with the 10 little damage, plinking away bit by bit. If I can get the stern around just enough to get the forward shield, I don't think that's going to hit the forward shield at all. No. The tactical readout tells me that I'm hitting his forward port, and I'm not going to aim for that. Not yet. We are, however, going to try and go in for a full turn here. It's going to take us a while to get there, but if you come back onto the bow, I will be able to... shot. 2 more shots in. Just blinking away bit by bit. Forward disruptors again. And again, this would be a much shorter fight if I did not accidentally launch a scatter pack into a freighter. If I had been looking at him properly, we would be having a much different battle. Mainly, he probably wouldn't be alive. I mean, 6 missiles to your face, you're a B-10 battleship. That's going to hurt you a lot, regardless of what you think you are capable of. So just keep running away. Keep the range out long. We got to make sure that he comes towards us. Not sure what he's doing there. Am I getting to the edge of the map or something? We are. Okay. So there is that being a slight problem. I'll turn back into him. And then we're going to try and get a little bit of a blow through on him. Just get to the other side. That way we're not running off the edge of the map. So, disruptors are prepared and ready. Oop, no good shot. Not a good angle. Are you going to make me running close? Because he's going to break away. Interesting. That I was not expecting. Okay, I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to get close to R-type plasma torpedoes. I mean, they're too dangerous. Yep, and they still exist. 2 R-type plasma torpedoes, that's 100 damage. I don't have a single shield on this boat that can handle that kind of damage. So it's not a boat, it is a ship. Although we have knocked out most of his D-type plasmas. In fact, this one isn't even charging, which it doesn't take any power to charge, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Gonna come nice and gently around. The key here is to not take internal damage. Losing the fighter squadron already has meant that we paid heavily for this battle, but the most important thing right now is to not take any hull damage. We are far away from supply lines. We are not in a position to get new missiles, new supplies, new anything. If we take a bad hit, well, we're not going to have an easy time recovering from that. So if I can actually work around to his stern, which it almost looks like he's going to let me do, then we can get more options. And we're about to be on the distant... Yep, we're heading back into the map. Okay. I'm just going to hold course here. Let him blink away, let him shoot, let him do whatever. He can't catch me anyway. Would have anticipated firing by now? I mean, we are at a range of 13. The AI is not amazingly clever. What are you doing? Like, the AI may not be clever, but it's not this dumb. Alright, so we're back on an open path. We'll just keep the speed high so that we can... Nope. Stop doing that. Stay coming towards me. Disrupt me. There we go. Bit by bit, we'll whittle you to pieces. It'll take us a little bit of time, but we can do it. And every time we do it, we keep coming closer and closer to the edge. Which is not inherently a problem. I mean, we're not looking to escape or avoid it, but still. Come back out around. Is that another probe? How many probes we got left? Still has his D-type plasma torpedo and his R's. Got 1 probe left. Disruptors continue engagement from long range. Oh, didn't hit him that time. We'll come in towards him. We've got a little bit more distance on this one. We'll just dip right back in. Our shields are almost fully reinforced, which is great. So 28, 27... Nah. Get good hits on through, starting to rip apart internal plasma conduits. And he fired his plasma torpedoes full power. And slow down the speed of time. Let's get my point defense systems engaged.
Point defense.
Set to stern. And this is going to suck a little bit. Let's see what the hits are going to be. A little bit of damage so far. I will continue this round for engagement as long as we're here. I should hit the one. Keeping his shields down. Now, since those were real, I kind of feel confident going in on him. So I'm going to drop down the speed so we can start recharging things. I want the phaser capacitor at full. I'd like to have full disruptors, but I'm not sure that's going to be possible. Set a probe right now. Make sure that he's down to 0. Because if he is, we're going in. What do you got left? 2 F-type plasma torpedoes. I will take that. And a D that does not appear to be charging. Pop the fighters on defensive mode. They are a whole bunch of missiles that we can use. Disruptors continue to engage. Keep that forward shield down. And forward shield is currently at 20. We'll be around here is good. We're coming in for the full run. Which, if he actually keeps that shield towards me, that's actually a pretty good idea. Yep, he's got it fully reinforced and everything. Alright, plasma torpedo. I'm going to try and bounce it on the side. Defense is off. I want to just take it on the shield. That D-type plasma torpedo is firing. Fascinating. Because it's showing as being off... Well, yeah, it's showing as being offline. No, I don't want to shoot your front. Okay, and return to me. You've launched your missiles. I don't care what else you do. Let's get around to his front. It's not ideal on how we're doing this, but we're going to do it. Come on. That's an angle I want. Alright, now we're getting some good solid hits on him. Point blank range drag out fight here. The Super Buyer is the name of the dreadnought, or the battleship. It's not a dreadnought, it is a battleship. It's the name of the battleship that we are currently engaged with, and I can actually increase my speed a little bit more if I want to. Actually gotta do that. I want a little bit more power away from him. Now, if I keep things right, he should not be able to defend himself from me all that effectively. But I do want to keep away from that reinforced shields. If I can keep on his front. There we go. We want to knock out systems, and looks like we are. We're starting to take things down off this ship quite quickly now. He's got a couple of phaser ones still left, which could be kind of dangerous. By mostly virtue of cutting through our forward shields, which would not be great. Or specifically this shield, which is very weak. I really should get away from it. It'll take a little bit of time to get that distance in, though. So we're going to pull away, get that disruptor involved again, and more phaser fire. Now, as much as I would love to do a high-energy turn right back into his teeth, that would be stupid, and we're not going to do that. The reason why that would be stupid is our high-energy turn chance is a 50%. You don't run a 50% on that. So a Klingon-style K-10 RF, modified for Romulan use with the warbird painted on the belly, has been defeated by mostly energy armament at this point. I mean, yeah, we've gotten some serious hits with our missiles early on, but we weren't able to complete the job with just missiles. Will you stop? I'm just going to burn through it. I'm going to burn right through it because he's just making my life annoying. So we'll line him up with disruptors again. We'll start with those. Get a good, easy shot on it. Get relatively close, but not close enough to cause splashback damage on us. There you go, that's what I wanted. Torn apart. Alrighty, that's a K-10 battleship downed. I don't know how many of those they have. I know technically they have infinite in this game, but still, from a roleplay standpoint, taking out a K-10 is a pretty significant thing. 402 prestige is our reward for knocking out the entirety of the convoy, and we've reduced the Empire defense down to 40, so it is possible, and we will keep up the efforts. They have been isolated from friendly parts. We will start getting a bit of a surround going on as we continue missions to bounce out, bounce back, and that way we can hopefully grab it as a base of operations to use it for our needs. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode. I've been Tirek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. Before I see a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.